So I'm going to try something new. I'm trying something new this year, this time. I've done a little bit of this before, but I think I might have it a little bit more perfected now. I got my Casebook here. You know, my rule books are all jacked up. I can't wait till I get my new rule book because it's just like whatever. I think I've gone through the first 5 pages. You know, it keeps ripping off. Maybe I should get the digital copy. Anyway, I'm more of a book person sometimes when it comes, so I can look it up. But if you go in the Casebook, there's cases. And they may have been real plays that have happened throughout the years. It could be a think tank of National Federation High School rule people getting together and coming up with these plays and test questions and blah, blah, blah. A plus B plus C plus E, blah, 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 blah. I have always been a visual person. Hence, we started this whole thing because I wanted you to see it. Because if you read it, you see it, you say it, you do it, it's going to sink in. And I'm a professor now, so I can kind of talk a little bit about that. But in the end, those case plays are sometimes hard to follow because you can read it but not apply it. So I'm trying to take and bring the case plays to life to the best that I can. I'm sure AI will come up with something where I can actually have real players do this probably within the year. But right now I don't have that option. I just have the option of the X's and O's, or in my case, the zeros and the triangles. All right? So here we go. Here's the case play right out of the Casebook, by the way, that I want you to look at, and then I want you to respond. So we have scrimmage kick formation. We got 4th down. You see where the box is down at the bottom of the screen. 4th down, about 7. Okay? Line of gain is the 15. Ball is snapped and punted. All right? Scrimmage kick. Oh, during that scrimmage kick, we have a flag. All right? It happens during the scrimmage kick. Now, what do we have? We got a touchdown. All right? Play results of touchdown. We got holding on the kicking team. All right? You can see the penalty is holding on the kicking team. It's against number 62 of the blue, of the circles, the defenders, the circle defenders. Here it is again. Here is the kick. Circle defender number 62 is a bad player. He holds for some reason. He's holding the receiving team. That doesn't seem to make any sense. He's a member of the kicking team. Why would he do that? But he did. All right, let's walk through this one. Once again, right out of the Casebook. Okay, you can go look this play up. I think it's 6-2. It's the first case. We've got a scrimmage kick. So what does that tell us? Scrimmage kick, right? So we do have a potential post-scrimmage kick foul. But wait a minute. Don't get post-scrimmage kick screwed up with other fouls by other teams. Post-scrimmage kick foul only applies to the receiving team, and only if the ball is beyond the expanded neutral zone. Remember, post-scrimmage kick only applies to the receiving team and only on a scrimmage kick, okay? So no, we have no post-scrimmage kick here. That shouldn't be in anybody's thought. The beanbag was there as kind of a distractor. Don't worry about the beanbag. All right? Now we've got this play, and we've got a touchdown. All right, awesome. We've got the foul. Now, touchdown's important. We have a change of possession, so it doesn't matter about the clock, but it does matter about the receiving team scoring because they were fouled against. The kicking team fouled them with the holding foul. We have a rule that says the team that scores, if their opponent fouls, they can have the penalty enforced on the try or the kickoff. But there's one caveat to that. It's an important one. The foul has to occur after change of possession. So, you go back to this play. When does the foul occur? This is a loose ball play. Loose ball play, and the foul occurs by the kicking team during the loose ball play. So, you could go back to the previous spot because it's a loose ball play. But we have another rule that says if the kicking team fouls and the receiving team is the one that ends up with the ball and they're going to retain possession, then the receiving team has the option of having that foul enforced from the succeeding spot. So on this play, you have the option of going back to the previous spot, which won't happen. You're not going to take touchdown off the board. They're going to take the touchdown and enforce it on the try. That's the only way you can do this. You can't go to the kickoff on this one. The foul occurred prior to them having possession. Casebook, 6-2. Go look it up. And so that's why we did this. Because casebook plays are important. Come on. I'm going to bring all three. We're going to do my three across here before we finish up. Yeah. We look at the casebook sometimes, right? But it's really like our secondary. We're all like rules. Yeah. A lot of us don't look at the casebook. So I felt like this is important because I can bring these casebook plays to life and we can have discussions like this. So, going through it, kind of interesting, right? You would think if you didn't think it through, you'd probably think you got to try the kickoff, right? And you, either one of you can go first. I don't care.
Yeah, I want to go first. I knew the answer to this, but it took an hour and a half discussion at a diner in Morris, Illinois, before we were going to take the field for a quarterfinal game. There was a lot of discussion that it could be enforced on the succeeding spot or a subsequent kickoff or on the try. And I said, no, this is only on the try, guys. And Tim, I just want to say MIBT is awesome because this is an awesome play to discuss. Many officials really don't understand this caveat to this rule. So by you summarizing it in a very direct way, and these elite officials who are watching tonight are now going to be confident in their next game come August, and they're going to nail it. But it's a very important rule to understand because of the change of possession and when the foul occurred, and obviously we have a touchdown scored, which obviously could happen in any one of our games throughout the year.
All right, Mike, what do you got?
I agree with Robert, but I agree also. You got to keep stay in the case books. Remember that kicking team tack-on rule. That's the one that I forgot when I looked at this play and when I voted, because I was thinking you need to decline, which is prior to the kicking team tack-on rule. So the kicking team tack-on rule gives us that subsequent spot, and that has to be on the try.